fellow said to me once on a plane on the way back from Uman, he says, I only know the Rebbe from today. That's what he said. I only know the Rebbe from today. But who the Rebbe really was when he was alive, I have some svarim, I learn a little bit, I see a little bit. And that's what the Rebbe represents to me. But who was he really? And how do I know how to attach myself to him? How do I know what he's talking about? How do I know I can get whatever he's teaching me? And I said to him, you have it backwards, really. You would never have known the Rebbe during his time. If you think about it, maybe 600 people in the whole world were attached to the Rebbe way back when the Rebbe was nifter. They say there were about 600 people in Uman that year for Rosh Hashanah. His Talmidim who came, the few hundred, and a few who lived in Uman and from the surrounding areas, so they came to Uman also. But who knew the Rebbe way back in 1810 when he was nifter? Rebbe Nachman, the Rebbe said. Rebbe Nachman and a little bit of Rebbe Naftali. Those are the only ones from their Vason, Nachman, Naftali, of this. Who knew the Rebbe? I says, but today, the Rebbe keeps on going up higher and higher. Every moment, every millisecond, the Rebbe is reaching for greater heights that he did not reach during his lifetime. He said, I can't go any further in Sichos Haran until I until I get rid of my body, because I can't go any higher madregas in the physical or material existence. I have to go to a higher madrega, so I have to pass on to the next world. And the Rebbe from then on is going higher and higher. And you take a look at the phenomenon that the Rebbe's teachings, which in his time, some people scorned them, some people were neutral, and a few studied them. And today, all over the globe, there are people studying Rebbe Nachman. What you have today, then it was about 185 years since the Rebbe was nifter. And I said to him, you have a Rebbe who has grown in 185 years to beyond immeasurable distances, so that at his level, he can now reach down to our level. And even us, he could speak to and teach us that there is a God, Hashem exists, and he's next to you at all different times. This is what I told him, and this is what I firmly believe, and I feel it. It's something that I encounter every day of my life. It's Hashem. Here he is again. Kramer, he's back again. What do you need? What do you want from him? What's this? What's that? Right? But you're so great, because the Rebbe taught me you're so great, that even me you can reach. And even me has a tikkun, has a chance. And this is what goes on. This is what the Rebbe is teaching us, that every single person, the Rebbe keeps on growing greater, and he keeps on reaching further down, even to get us to recognize this in Rebbeinu Shalom. So Rabbi Yosef sang the song that I should be Mekuref to the Tzaddik, I should be Mekusha to the Tzaddik Emes, and I should know who the real tzaddik is, and I should be saved from the mufusomim shel sheker, from those false people who mislead me, and so on. And really, Baruch Hashem, Hashem has helped us till now. We've finished Likutei Moharan, volume 13 in English with the notes, and we're now starting we finished volume 12. We're now starting volume 13, and we're up to lesson 7, and that's exactly what the Rebbe is talking about in that lesson. The Rebbe says, Ki merachmin yinageh. A person who has compassion could lead them. What is the compassion, the Rebbe says? It's das, understanding, knowledge, awareness of Hashem. That is what knowledge is all about. Not knowledge of, so I know the stock market went up, I know the stock market went down. That's not knowledge. That doesn't do you anything. Even if you have, certainly if you don't have, it's nothing for you. But das of Hashem, that Hashem is with you every single moment, that's the real das. And the tzaddik has to be able to bring that das into every single person. And in lesson 39, the Rebbe says that we're the raglayim of the tzaddik, ha'om Hashem b'raglecha, ha'ochem acha atzosecha, And the Rebbe says over there, the power of the tzaddik to be able to reach down. The Rebbe says in that Torah, someone who knows every single person, someone who's able to reach out and touch the heart and soul and mind of every single Jew to let them know that Hashem is with them. And the Rebbe says in that lesson that the das comes only through Yirah Shamayim. You have to have Yirah Shamayim, you have to be able to speak. Because if you don't have das, so if there's a ruach shtus, something that's not das, the person sins, the person errs, he goes off to derech, whatever the case might be, and he wants to come back to Hashem. So he has to have yira, the fear of Hashem, that has to be implanted. And even by Moshe Rabbeinu we find this. The Papa Royce explains, the Kutim, that Moshe Rabbeinu, by the sneh, he reached an awesome madrega that Hashem revealed himself to Moshe Rabbeinu. Here he is out pasturing the flocks and whatnot, and all of a sudden, Vayikra Moshe, Vayomer Hineni, Vayomer Al Tikra Halom Shalna Alecha, take your shoes off and so on. Ki Yoreh Mehabit Elokim Moshe Rabbeinu, Vayastem Moshe Ponov, he hid himself. Ki Yoreh, he had the fear to look at Hashem, because you have to have fear in order to be able to relate to Hashem. Fear is not just I quiver because I'm afraid he's going to strike me down. No, it is that way, but there's more to it. Fear is awe of Hashem, respect for Hashem. In the Torah, in the mitzvahs that we do, there has to be a certain amount of awe and respect that we give over to Hashem. That's the fear, the yira that the Rebbe is talking about. And you have to have yira in order to give it over to somebody else. This was as in the lesson, the Rebbe says, because Mishi yesh bo yira shamayim dvorav nishmoyim. Whoever has yira shamayim, his words are heard. They're listened to. If you don't have yira, you'll never penetrate the other person's heart. If you have yira, you can penetrate. The Rebbe says it's not enough while you're alive on this world. You have to be able to take your da'as, your knowledge of Hashem, and transmit it to others. And speak to others about Hashem. Mention Hashem's name. What's going to happen? They'll laugh at you. Right? You go into some yeshivas,